Welcome to Moms of the Lou podcast, hosted by and recorded for St. Louis moms. Grab your laundry basket, kick your feet up for nap time, or head out the door for pickup and spend a little time catching up with your favorite St. Louis moms. Hosted by a fellow St. Louis mom, Rebecca Coast, let's dive into our discussion today. Okay, well, hello, St. Louis moms. We are back for our final episode of Moms of the Lou for 2024. It's been such a fun journey to start this podcast this year. Hope you are enjoying it. Excited to bring you all new episodes in the new year. But today we're excited to close out the year with a beloved St. Louis mom contributor and just a marvelous champion for the small business community here in St. Louis, Meg Smidt. Welcome, Meg.
Thank you. It is so good to be here, especially about this topic.
I know. Well, when we were talking about this episode, you came to mind immediately, and I said,
I love that.
"What about Meg? Meg would be perfect."
Yay.
So, yeah.
Yes, I am absolutely a champion for shopping local
You
and
are.
everything small business for sure.
Yes. Why is that? Like, what has caused that to
Well,
be the case?
yeah, I think part of that is the fact that ever since I was 15 and got my first job in retail, I have always worked with and for small businesses all the way through to being a business coach, obviously.
Yes.
Now I'm very much all about it. Plus having my own business and everything too. I literally see day to day how the world, our communities make or break
Absolutely.
a small business.
Mhm.
And I know you know that intimately.
I do. Yeah. And we're going to get to that. We're
Mm.
going to talk about that. But quickly, your story. So are you a St. Louis transplant? Are you a St. Louis native? Give us a little backstory.
Definitely a transplant. I've lived lots and lots and lots of places.
Okay.
But St. Louis is the only place I went back to.
Okay.
So it's very near and
special.
dear to my heart. Absolutely is home.
Okay. So where were you before
Sure.
St. Louis?
Yeah, so I grew up in Southern California,
Okay.
and that's where, I basically lived there till about 2007,
Okay.
and we ended up moving to Middle Tennessee,
Okay.
and we were there for 9 years, and then came to St. Louis in 2015.
Okay.
Once we started empty nesting a little bit, our daughter was our only kid out of our 5 kids still at home at that point. And that's when I started really investing more in growing my own business, my coaching business. And then we lived here for a year at that time, moved to Arizona,
Wow.
lived there a year and a half. And then my husband was like, I am so sorry I took you from St. Louis. I'm going to get you back.
Aw.
So we got back to St. Louis in 2018. And so far, the rest is history.
And here you are.
Yeah.
You've been back ever since.
Yes.
What a leap from Southern California to Middle Tennessee. What
It
was that
a
like?
giant leap. It was bonkers, to be honest. But really, it was more of what we wanted for our kids. At the time, they were like upper elementary to high school, having 5 kids. You know, there's an age range. And they were starting to care about things like the brands they were wearing, things like that. And it wasn't really the direction we wanted to be headed in for them. So that wasn't the reason we moved to Tennessee, but we saw a big difference in them and their character. Moving there, loved them spending the majority of their older adolescence, I guess, in Tennessee. And then a lot of them are still there. Some of my boys are still there. I do have a son also in Alabama. And then our daughter is currently here with us in St. Louis, but she's 26 now. She has her own married life. Yeah, so bonkers.
Just got married, right?
Yes.
So
Crazy.
yes, that's awesome. And tell us about your family. So you have a unique family structure. So tell us about
That's
that.
a really good way to put it. I have a unique family structure. Yeah. So I have been momming real hard since, gosh, I guess it's been 22 years, since 2002, 22 years now. I started dating a man who happened to have 5 kids. And so we got full custody like overnight.
Wow.
When I'm dad's girlfriend.
Okay.
And so at the time, their ages were 4 to 11. We have 1 girl who's our youngest and then 4 boys. And I had ended up adopting them all back in 2009. And goodness, now they're 26 to 33. We have 2 that are married. We have 2 grandkids with a 3rd on the way.
Wonderful.
And it's just amazing and also hard.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that through all of that, they got to see me balance momhood with business and really see what that was like. And that's a possibility.
Yeah.
And now, now how they appreciate that now that they're adults and adulting real hard and like this stinks and this is challenging and whatever. And they're like, how did you do this? What's been really fun actually is when they turn 27. Well, I guess Vicky's almost there. My four boys have all turned 27, which was the age I was when I came into their lives. And all of them have been like, how in the world? And like, what? But it's like, you just do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just do.
You just do.
That's the motto of motherhood.
Yeah.
You just do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. Such an inspiring story.
Thanks. Awesome. Or crazy or whatever.
Yeah, or crazy, whatever, right? That's what makes life beautiful. The crazy.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, well, let's get down to it. We are a week away from Christmas and Hanukkah, okay? So we have probably passed the window, guys, of those shipping.
In a lot of cases. Yeah, unless you're going to pay a lot for it.
For sure.
And then you still can't really guarantee.
Right. Okay, so you might be looking for that perfect gift, and we're here to tell you you're going to find it locally, right? And you're not going to have to wait on a shipping delay. You're going to find it here. And we're going to talk about shopping local. Okay?
Absolutely. Because honestly, it's transformative for these businesses. I cannot stress that enough.
Absolutely. So I think to start it off, how important, and I know this has like framed your career too, right?
Sure.
It's why you do what you do.
Sure.
But how important is it for just the general person to support local business?
Life or death for these business owners. And I would say especially right now, and I know that sounds dramatic, but ever since COVID, everything has shifted with being able to get an Amazon delivery to your house in hours, right? Or, DoorDash and a lot of these places, which are not bad. I'm not saying any of these things are bad.
Of course.
However, it has really changed because now we can get so many things in an instant, we forget a lot of times because it's not maybe as convenient to actually leave your house and go visit a local shop. Now, what's cool about St. Louis is, especially if you're in the city, everything's set up by neighborhoods. And most neighborhoods can be almost all self-sustaining within the small business that are actually within the neighborhoods, right? So you really don't even have to go very far to get what you need. And so many of the local small businesses also, especially if they're product-based, also have an online shop where you can even shop online, buy it to make sure you get it, pick it up in store at your convenience. So it might be just going a tiny bit out of your comfort zone, but I will tell you it literally is life and death right now for these businesses.
And the quality, I think, is just night or day. I mean, you just cannot compare a quality item from a local store versus something that you receive on Amazon. Again, we're not throwing shade on Amazon.
Not at all.
It's just night or day in terms of the quality, the experience.
The experience.
The experience.
Can we talk about that? Because I don't know about you, but when I go to any local business, whether it's a shop or whether it's a restaurant or anywhere, my favorite is when they know me.
Yeah.
And they remember what we talked about last time I was in. They even message me and suggest things to me that they've gotten in.
That's awesome.
That doesn't happen everywhere online.
No.
And, I might even say something to them about like, man, this purchase, like, I know I can't return it or whatever, but let me tell you what's going on with it. We always come up with a solution, right? Because there's actual humans that care and want you to love their establishment, want you to come back, care so much that you have taken the time to invest in their business, even if it's to share a social media post or comment on one of their posts, even if you're not buying anything, telling your friends what a great experience you have. All of those things really add up and change everything for these small businesses.
Oh, they do. I mean, well, I'm a Rock Hill, Brentwood mom, right? And I love the White Rabbit. That is one of my one of my favorite local shops.
Wonderful.
Every holiday. Well, all the time. But every year they do like a holiday open house.
Yeah.
And
And
they
Emily Stahl was there this year, and I love her so much.
Yes, her
Yeah.
stuff's there.
Mm.
But they, I'll go in with my kids, and I've never once felt like they were irritated by the
No.
kids. They usually have like goodies and beverages and things, and they just go out of their way to make it a really lovely experience. Like, it smells nice. There's nice music. The display is so beautiful.
It's an experience.
It's an experience, right? And it's
Yeah.
not just like scrolling on my phone in the middle of the night and being like, oh, yeah, I'm going to, and again, yes, of course, there's a place for that. I'm going to
Sure.
get that scooter or, but man, you just can't replace that
can't.
experience,
You can't.
Yeah.
And I could list off so many places that I have similar
Yes.
experience. I have a million favorites,
Yeah.
right? And if you ask me, I will tell you all of them. You give me a category, I got you,
Yeah.
But I will tell you, there's an interesting thing that even happened to me this morning that I think would be interesting to bring up because I feel like it's going to be really, really relatable. So I had a panic moment this morning thinking about there was one last gift I knew I needed to get for a friend of mine. And even me, who champions small business, my first thought was to go to Amazon. And I found it. I found something I wanted on Amazon, and I literally stopped myself. And I was like, no, I can think of 2 stores right now that I can go to locally and just go pick this up. It's going to take me a second longer.
Yeah.
I will get it quicker.
Yes.
And I'm going to probably buy more things because when I'm there, I'm going to also find these other amazing things in person that I want. I'm going to also get to see the shop owner. I'm also going to get to be in that neighborhood and all of those things. And I giggled knowing that we were going to be recording this today.
Yeah.
I'm like, it happens to all of us.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, and you're going to get a gift wrapped. You're going to walk out of there. You're not going to have to run down to Walgreens and get your gift bag and your gift card because it's all going to be there and they've done it for you, right?
You've got it. Well, and I can't even tell you how many times I've sent gifts from certain online retailers, big box retailers, where they're supposed to put who it's from. They're supposed to put all these things. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And how frustrating is that, right? So there's also that component.
Yes. Okay, so we know it's important. We know it supports them. It supports their livelihood. It supports our community. It's good for the vibrancy of our local economy as well. Let's talk about your favorites.
Oh,
okay.
Goodness.
So I was thinking, okay, let's think of the ladies. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do what about a mom like me? Right? Okay, I've got young kids.
Yes.
Maybe a little tired. Maybe need some wardrobe overhaul. I don't know. What would you recommend? What are some of your favorites?
If I were you, I would start in Webster.
Okay.
Because I feel like in square mile radius, you're going to get the most bang for your time away from your kids to go out and actually shop.
Yeah.
And so I know I'm speaking your language
You
here.
are. Time. Saving time. Yes.
Exactly. So you're going to want to go to Webster. And you definitely want to make sure you're getting things for you, but maybe also for your littles and other people in your life.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would start over on Big Bend, and I would go to my absolute favorite little strip where we have 4th and Home, which you're going to fall in love with everything for yourself and your home and gifts and all of that. Then right next door, we have the Little, which is precious.
Darling.
If you have not been, that's where I get the majority of my grandkids' gifts. I love that they have all the wooden toys and the legacy items
legacy.
that you're going to, not just the plastic, that there's a space for that, but that's not for me to buy. I love getting my grands more of the legacy gifts.
Yeah, the gifts that will last.
You got it. And that then you could head to Civil Alchemy across the street. You could even go to Papillon Press. Ooh, if you love paper, let me tell you,
I've never been there.
She has the most beautiful letterpress items and pens and all sorts of things like that are just to feel good to touch, Yeah. Then you can also head to Field Theory and maybe even get some outdoorsy kind of things for you, for other people in your life that enjoy that.
Okay.
You absolutely want to stop at the Annex and get a coffee, maybe a little sweet treat before you leave.
The Annex.
Yep, a few stocking stuffers, all of that. Then you want to head down the street and you could go to Paisley Boutique. You could, for clothes and things like that, Collections by Joya is right down there. I mean, so many great shops. So, Mom, if you've got an hour or two, you need to head to Webster.
Downtown Webster is where it's at.
Absolutely.
Okay. What about, you got me thinking about food since we talked about the annex. And I love that market that they have.
Oh, for
Where
sure.
are your favorite spots for foodie gifts?
Foodie gifts. Okay. First of all, definitely AO & Co. over by in Botanical Heights. They have some great foodie gifts there.
Okay.
Fourth and Home, like I mentioned. The Annex, like I mentioned. You also could stop over, where is it? The lobby that Union Studio just opened.
Oh, yeah.
Over in the Makers District over in Delmar, where across the street, you have Esca, you have, all those shops, or all those new restaurants are over there. But the lobby is really special, not just for foodie gifts, but also they have great books. They have great local maker items and all sorts of things. But they do have some foodie things too that I thought was just really fun. They have the most adorable little strawberry cups that I thought were so cute. Also, Urban Matter over on South Grand. Great foodie gifts over there, too.
Okay. What about, have you heard, I just saw this on Instagram this morning, and I was like, I'm making a beeline over there to buy this. Bijou chocolates.
Oh, she is one of my favorites forever. Yes, absolutely.
Talk about a work of art. The box itself,
gorgeous.
I can't remember how many chocolates were in there. I'm like, guys, life is too short to be doing Hershey's Kisses. I'm going to start giving good chocolate.
Yes, and they are delicious. And seriously, work of art is the best description you could do on her chocolates. They are gorgeous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, what about knick-knack home items?
Sure, knick-knack home items. I would say, decor. My favorite, because I'm a little bold. I'm a little maximalist.
Yeah.
I love Lusso in Clayton.
Oh, I love that store. It's stunning.
I get so many things there, and my honey knows it. So that's where he buys a lot of my gifts. Meg and team, everyone there are amazing.
Yes.
And so definitely that is probably my top, not only for home decor items, but also I love their jewelry.
Yeah.
They have also some great clothing. They're really unique, distinctive type pieces.
Yeah.
Fourth and Home, I'm going to mention them again. They have a great range of price points that I really like. And they have this beautiful mixture of new and vintage items, which I really love too. So you literally can find someone for just about everybody there.
Yeah.
I also really like Urban Matter. Again, they're another favorite. And Shop Holiday over at Bowood.
Oh, I've never been there.
Oh, friend, you're in trouble.
Oh, no, I'm in trouble.
Yes, I
gotta go.
The most beautifully curated special collection, different than everyone else in St. Louis. I would even say maybe a little bit more whimsical than some of our other shops. I love getting greeting cards there and journaling items, but then you can also get great candles, cute kids' costumes and play things, and then also great glassware and tableware and home decor too. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, really
Shop
special.
Holiday.
Shop Holiday.
Shop Holiday.
Right across the street from Bowood.
Okay. What about the man in your life?
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it.
So Field Theory is a favorite for sure. Also over at Civil Alchemy across the street from their same owners. Civil Alchemy also has a second part of Civil Alchemy that's more like different alcohol and things and like home kind of gifts that I would say are a lot are great for the men. My husband loves going in there and shopping for different things. Now, also at a lot of the other places where I've already mentioned, you're going to be able to find other men gifts too, like especially the foodie places and things like that.
Yep.
Or getting like different cocktail kits or different really cool books and things like that. Really different, unique items for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say there's a stretch. Well, I also love Lusso and Clayton. Like that for me, it's just a treat to go in there. I would say it's elevated,
Absolutely.
It's elevated style. But I love there's a stretch in Clayton where there's Happy Up.
Oh,
the toy store. And then there's a really cute little shop. I think it's called not Sweet and Sassy, but
Sweet Boutique?
Sweet Boutique.
Sweet
Yeah.
Boutique. Oh, that's
Oh,
fantastic.
it's just beautiful.
It's like a clown car. You go in and it just keeps going and going. And literally you could shop for days in there. It's amazing.
Every time I go in there, I just find something more beautiful than I anticipated finding,
Right. Well, and then too, if you're over like in the St. Charles area, obviously you could just go crazy up and down Main Street, right? Yeah, for sure.
I love FR & Co.
Yes, one of my
on
favorites.
Main Street. It's such a great spot for moms to shop.
Well, and I love that they're very size inclusive
Yes.
with what they have too. Now, if you haven't been to Cherokee Street lately, there's also some great options over there too.
Okay.
Not all vintage. Some of it is also new. Some great sustainable shops there as well as smaller makers. We have Hollis Leather over there. Great leather goods. Beautiful leather goods. So many over in that area. If you haven't been lately, it's definitely worth going and checking out.
I love that. Okay. Well, I think we have time. I wanted to chat about one more thing. So I know markets are a big thing this time of year.
Yep.
So are there any local makers that might not have a storefront that you love to shop that you're like, hey, if you go to a market, look for them?
Oh my gosh, I have
I know I'm putting you on the spot here.
I'm trying to think like just who do you need to not miss? I love Boda Clay for any sort of pottery type goods. Her mugs are my favorite. They just kind of just snugly fit right into your hand. So I love them. I also love Fond prints. Like she does a lot of great greeting cards, art prints, things like that. A lot of times you can see her at Tower Grove, those kind of places. Who else do I love? Oh, Villa Design. I love her jewelry. She does a lot of really great earrings and rings and all sorts of hair clips and different things that are so fun. Goodness, who else? Off the top of my
Fond,
head.
you said Fond.
Fond, Fond.
Okay.
Yeah, really different,
Okay.
really cool. I would say Larder and Cupboard.
I love their...
Let's not forget them because that is I feel like a St. Louis staple. And everything she makes is magic.
Yes.
Any of the jams to the lemonade mixtures to anything. I'm always obsessed. Yeah.
She had we had a Galentine's market in February this year, and she sold some sort of Prosecco jam. I mean, it was
seriously
divine.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it was so delicious.
So good.
Yeah.
Can I also real quick mention our local artists?
Yes.
So whether you're a collector or you want to give it as a gift, most of our local artists have a lot of really great price points. It's not all these giant pieces of art that are going to cost you thousands of dollars. They normally will have a really good range. And one of my favorites, Kara Harges, she has a really great selection right now.
Beautiful.
So colorful and everything. I mean, I could go on for days about all of them.
Yeah.
But she is one of my local favorites. Also, Greta Collier is one of my favorites. She also has some really great pieces right now that I'm just obsessed with. Anyway, so make sure you don't just get scared away thinking, even though you can get the big, expensive, original art pieces too. But most of them will have other things that you can get to even start beginning your collection or give great gifts that is actually, beautiful, one-of-a-kind art.
Yeah. So you work with a lot of small business owners.
A lot.
A lot of small
Most of
local
my
businesses.
clients. Yeah.
What's something you'd like people to know about the life of a small business owner? Because it's a special calling, right?
It is a special calling, and it is not for everyone,
Correct.
and it is not for the faint of heart, for sure. One thing I think a lot of people don't realize is that we wear so many hats, so many, and it doesn't really shut off.
Yeah.
So whereas in corporate America, you go home, you're done, right? We literally are constantly thinking of everything, even if we're not doing, we can't help it because we're so passionate about what we do. And so then my struggle as a business coach is I'm doing that for all my clients all the time. I wake up at 3 a.m. with this amazing idea. I cannot wait to tell that client in the next session because it's going to change everything for their business.
Yeah.
While I'm also doing it for myself, right? But so they wear lots and lots of hats because they're so passionate. They love what they're doing, but also I really want everyone to understand that we really, really care about every single sale, about every single interaction, wanting to make sure that we are delivering experiences that are life-changing in themselves, because
Yes.
that's how much we care about what we do.
Right.
And so as a small business owner, when I go to other small businesses and get to experience that from another entrepreneur or creative or whatever, that means as much to me as whatever I'm purchasing, whether it's food or a trinket or anything. That gets me so excited because it's like our hearts are connecting almost.
Yes.
You know, like
100%.
you get it, you
Yeah,
know, and like
get it.
I feel like other small business owners are also so much more kind and understanding to other small business owners because we know how hard it is and we wish the whole world would understand, like, literally every single sale makes us do a happy dance. That's not even a joke. We get so excited. And when you buy our favorite things, we get so excited.
Yeah.
But even service-based businesses, not necessarily product-based, but it's just as special and just as much talent and expertise goes into everything. Yeah. So when you are considering, am I going to purchase this from a big box corporate type retailer, which are fine, great. But if you can possibly go that small business route, you literally could be changing someone's life by that sale. And I mean it.
That's why I feel like the outlook ultimately for small local business is really positive,
It
because
is.
I think that will win every time.
Agreed.
You know, like the heart behind it and just the passion somebody brings to it. It's unmatched, you know?
Well, and it stands out more than ever with our disconnected society. Yes. So when you go into a shop or go into any sort of working with any small business, even if it's all virtually, and you get that great experience, it stands out like a sore thumb because you're not getting that you're getting the runaround most places. Oh my gosh, if you've tried to return something, you know, on one of these big box online retailers, it can be so annoying because it's all automated. Yeah. And you're how you word it isn't the right choice or whatever. And you're like, I just want a human. Yeah. Right. But then why aren't we going and getting the humans who are there waiting to help us?
Waiting with open arms.
Exactly.
To welcome us.
Yeah.
Well, Meg, this has been wonderful.
Good.
And just thank you for the work that you do to support our small business community and the owners. Your job is so important. So,
well, thank you. And I am just honored to help to work with the most incredible humans on this planet. And I do have clients everywhere, not just here in St. Louis. Yeah. Most are small business owners, but the challenges are the same everywhere, you know? And so if we can all just take that extra second and see what we can do, literally we can change everything for our communities by doing so.
Yay. Okay. Well, before we sign off for the year, make sure you follow Your Coach Meg at Your Coach Meg on Instagram. You're going to find all kinds of great content from her and also great shop local ideas.
Oh, I'm constantly shouting out all my favorites. Yeah, absolutely.
She is. I've found great. And also your small business, Less Bitter, More Glitter.
Less Bitter, More Glitter. Yes. Lots of great products. We just put all our Christmas to 50% off. So if you need some Christmas,
need some colorful nutcrackers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So good.
Or those candy canes that are still on my tree.
Oh my gosh. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support.
Of course. And then be sure to check out St. Louis Mom's Shop Local Gift Guide as well. We've got lots of great things on our website. So lots of mom-owned businesses. So. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you all. Happy holidays. Happy Shop Local. And we'll see you in the new year. Thanks for listening to Moms of the Lou. We hope it encouraged you and put a pep in your step and helped you get to know our community a little bit better. Be sure to find us on Instagram, st.louis_mom. You can find us on Facebook, St. Louis Mom. You can find us on our website, www.stlouismom.com. In case nobody else tells you today, you're a great mom and you're doing a great job. Chat with you next time.